like this is a spot I didn't play well, but I don't really care. Um, we got unlucky on the river in the sense, but it's a spot where out of position open. This is his like optimal range. Now I did tweak it a little bit. You kind of when we say like people are like you can have any two combos, think it's an overstatement. It's usually used by exploitative players. I play exploitatively, trust me, but it's the notion of what is an exploit is what's incorrect. Okay, so let's say someone says, "Oh man, like yeah, he's gonna like open with 10-5 offsuit as well." Look at not just 10-5 offsuit. Look at the sheer number of 10x and 5x in his range, and nothing in this range is pure, right? Because he's gonna have people do limp first in, people raise. The hand that he raised with doesn't raise, only raises half the time. But in any case, there's plenty of coverage, or what we can call board coverage, on any sort of board that we don't really need to expand his range to basically 100% combos, right? Because that's what an exploitative poker would say, like these are not optimal ranges, are not played by people. They are like, you really think that over the long run there will be enough people, significantly enough people over your lifetime, that open like 9 deuce offsuit? Yeah, there will be. I know someone who 3-bet with it. His name is Brock Lesnar. He did it once over 18,000 hands. Now when I look at his stats for 3-betting from small blind, that hand shows up. Not many show up. One of them hands is that his stats are for like, I'm not gonna share the stats. He's underperforming 3-betting from small blind, big blind. Now will I want to play 8 tables, or want to just be digging deep into like what that spot was where he like once in a while I saw like 9 deuce offsuit? Maybe he does it wide. I don't know, because those were only hands I could have seen showdown with. So, anyways, this range, this is called like somewhat like a universal give a walk range, especially if it's 12 minutes from like getting to date registration over. However, I did like mix it up a little bit. I did not do the same with in position, because versus an open, I think although we can mix some of these, we can have pure calls as well. Obviously, these will be 3-bet, right? We were 40 deep. Think we can also like mix these, but again, that would be just taking away some combos where this and I had this, which is actually not part of uh, a game theory range, but if I was to make like an aggregation report in this part, 40 big lines button versus big line, which I actually have, I would actually try to like not have no hands at like or at least reasonable amount of hands with like even like putting like aces, ace king like at like 0.1%. It's not gonna end up mattering much. It's gonna be like 1% total if you just do it too much, and you're gonna be like mixing some of these ranges. If someone is like just crazy and it just 3-bets you, like happened with me yesterday. The way I actually got my one bounty in the bounty builder on Adda was someone 3-bet me. I limped. He isolated me, so he 2-bet me with, or isolated me with king 7 offsuit, having a significantly shorter stack. Ace queen suited should actually just be calling there. But given the stack disparity, the power of the hand, because it's a suited hand, right, it flops well, and a bounty on the line, I jammed. He called because his raise was also 5x. So I think versus that, we just slam it in. He did show up with king 7 offsuit. Now someone could have said like, yeah man, you should have also put in 10-7 offsuit in his range. Yeah, it's right there. uh you know Small line versus big line is again what we're talking about. But although this is in positions range, and he actually did well. Like king 7 offsuit is not a hand to be raising, but king 6, king 5, king 4, they don't flop well. And since we have a lot of like 4x, 3x and deuce x that folds, it is a raise. And then these hands are just actually on average going to be better than what small blind has. So yeah, do you want to call with them? You want to see a flop with like hands that flop well? And now this is of course a raise first in versus the response. So it's not a limp first in response, right? Where you would see six deuce offsuit, ace deuce, and seven deuce offsuit actually isolating. Um, Still, I could have made this a little bit like more mixed, but that's fine. So okay, strategy. I had so on this board when it's raised, yes, it looks like he has a ton of betting, but you can see that it's not as much. He can get away with it, and Bio always he just has some stupid answers sometimes. But on Queen Jack 7, I also have similar amount of Queen X as he does. And you can see he can just go ape shit crazy with the aces and kings. Ace king offsuit is you know, first of all, it wasn't open, it was only an open and half times, but it is now, if you do open it, it is betting quite a bit. Look at the sizing though, the sizing of the bet. And then I mean, it's pretty much a range spot for him, but you have to be careful on these kind of spots when you raise and get called in the big blind. um, that the big blind will only call with like hands like these, right? uh, but it doesn't matter. This just rises a little bit more. Although even limp pots, you have two wide ranges, you have quite a significant amount of chips, jacks, and we showed that through the 15 big blind, right? And why it works to just straight up bet with range is because people overfold because they have a wide range, so they're gonna miss. He bet. Where's this spot, man? I busted the tournament with it, but again, kind of, it wasn't bad. I got unlucky in some sense. Oh, come on, I have this hand. I had 9-5 offsuit, by the way. So again, just to build this spot, I had to invoke a range that's not optimal and add combos to it. But when people say like, you know, add more combos, again, they have to realize that the cards in those combos are already so much prevalence is there that the board coverage will take care of that. Don't just have to like just might as well punch in 100% ranges, right? Wait, how much did he bet? Okay, here. So this open should be bigger. So yeah, this is a fold. Oh, sorry, no, hold on. Yeah, this is a bit much, but also sometimes Adda will up the open sizing by one big blind. I don't know why. So three. So yeah, he bet decent 8.16. So that would be 81. We have 80 betting 2, 81 betting 3 is fine. I called. He bet, and you can see now if you do have 9-5 offsuit, and I had what 9-5 offsuit off. Sheesh. Where'd it go? Diamond and a club. Yeah. So we should be raising this. That's what I was thinking. I think it's the sizing that put me off. It's pre-flop sizing. Nah, but it's supposed to be that much, right? It was also stacked disparity, but also we have a decent stack. So yeah, so I mucked up here. It is 26% calling. It's majority folding. It's not the one that's folding. I'm sorry. It's not the combo that's folding because of the backdoors. And I'm also looking at, yeah, I'm looking at the wrong one. It's the top bottom right, and it's actually mixing raising, calling, and folding. So calling 42%, raising 45. Okay, so call is fine here. So we did call and keep mucking this up. No, it's gonna take forever to find it. Ah, where is it? Gotta capture it. I got it. Um, a 7 of diamonds. That couldn't be good. That's not good news. So we're supposed to actually lead here, although it's checking mostly, but there's some leading and oh no, sorry, this is the out of position. My bad. Whenever I see out of position, always like small blind versus big blind. It's not like actually a lead, but should be checking most of the time. And what did he actually do? He did check. Oh. And yeah, ace king does check. I mean, he doesn't have anything, right? So when he checks, what is out of position, in position strategy be like? Yeah, 9-5 offsuit is just not ever a check with any combo. Even ours is not checking. It's betting, primarily wanting to bet 5 or 11 in a pot of 12. That's about either go pot or go little bit less than half pot, which is about like 30%, right? 5 would be what? Yeah, 30%. No, 40%. No, 30%. So I bet 9, which corresponds to this 11, which is fine. In a pot of 14, this is a pot of 12. So yeah, kind of like nowhere in the nowhere land kind of bet, but 9-5 offsuit. Once you have it, the combo that we have wants to bet primarily smaller because of us blocking flush draws, but again it is betting 5, which I bet close to 5 in the pot of 12 versus 8 in a pot, 9 in a pot of 14. 41% versus 64%. So we were closer to like 11, which kind of, if you actually think about it, like here, what the problem is actually to pull this bluff off, and it's perfectly legit to pull it off because of the 9. At least no flush draws came in. We did block flush draws, but we also block 9 10. So we block some straights. We don't block ace 10, which is worrisome because he did open. We didn't block any kind of like overcards, though we did lead as we were supposed to. And I guess I should be using 11. And the problem here is gonna be that it's gonna get skewed. Like ace king offsuit is actually going to start to fold. He had ace king off what? Heart and a diamond. Yeah, it's like 10% fold. But that's versus that bet sizing, right? If we make the sizing 5, you can see there are no folds. So bet sizing does affect, but this is more close to, I mean, this is 90% versus 62% versus 30%. So obviously 60% is closer to 90% by 3% or something like that. But it's gonna just screw up the. Another thing though is that this, if we have sized it smaller, the reason one of the reasons we want to size this smaller is that so that our river jam carries more weight. And this is like something like you don't want to bomb the turn because that's where your bluffs go bad. Although we still had pot size bet left, it's a PKO though. That's another thing. So out of position. What do you do? He just called, right? Yeah. and a king of spades came in. So he checked. Yeah, of course he checked. And we shoved, he checks, and yep, 9-5 offsuit. And not, it's, look at this though, like not our combo. Not our combo. And it's hard to figure out which combos you should do it with and which not. It is still 11% like gonna jam. So it's not that bad. And if you think about it, in the end, we you know, we got unlucky because if he, the ace king he does float us with, does end up calling, but we put him to a situation where it's like he doesn't make any money here unless he actually has like queen x, jack x, king x, ace x. So, and he's probably gonna overcall, and the thing is we're gonna also have like 7x, we're gonna have like a lot of stuff. So yeah, this bluff will be like the problem here is the open, and maybe the sizing. Yeah, definitely the sizing, and also this like you can give up rivers, right? Where did the spot go? Yeah, here. Now let's just track back. So yeah, he called, we busted, that's fine. Let's track back here, and if he had made a bet sizing that was more like 5, you can see that he's gonna not raise, like he doesn't have anything, right? So here's his a size, he's probably gonna be able to float more, which is what we're seeing. And then the king of spade comes. Now he's actually supposed to have bet, and actually his own actual combo bets quite 63%. So for every 2 bets he's checking once. So I guess this was his checking time. But now you will see the 9-5 even hour combo is either a bet or a check. Pick your poison. I decided, so if we had bet that much, so you can see how bet sizing does. So this bet sizing is actually, you can see why, because our jam, which is exactly what we're supposed to do, we don't have much combos left. We have 18 combos at check, and in terms of betting, the highest number of combos are going all in. If we had just bet smaller, we would have had over part, and you know, here, so we most bluffs get fucked up here with the sizing. I still thought we would have like part, but obviously not. I mean, it's part, and like again, if he doesn't hit the king, he can say he had a lot of outs. He had 9 outs here. Although I wouldn't say like 10 of diamonds or a club being a pure always clean out, but so did we. We had 6 outs, right? So it's not that bad. Anyways, actually, like sticking to this again, another thing. What? Oh, I didn't have that. I don't have that. Okay, I don't need this. To go quickly, man, we have to start grinding. So it needs to be quick. Where's VLC? Most recent. Hiyo. Okay, so this spot, we're gonna show like how people who play exploitatively, like I play exploitative. When I see something, I always think about what is what is my like where can I exploit, where do people overfold and like stuff like that. It'll also tie into position very much so. So here's This is out of position, sorry. In position, our strategy with ace 10, we had ace of